Hi friends, it's Chris. Happy full moon. This evening, Saturday, is our full moon. It's the strawberry moon, and it happens at 11:43 p.m. Eastern time if you're in that side of the world with me. Figure it out from there for your time zone. And I wanted to spend today just talking briefly about what to expect, what you might be feeling, what's going on in your world because of this full moon. It's a full moon in Sagittarius, but I'll get to that in a minute. I want to remind you to join me tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for my full moon practice. This will be in my Facebook group, the Awakened Yoga Collective, as well as on my YouTube channel, Chris Batchner, super easy to remember and find. And it's 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it will go live at that point, so you can join me and practice. And this practice will focus on honoring the energies and the intentions of the full moon that we are going to talk about just now. So mark your calendars, and I will see you on your mat tomorrow evening at 7. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on today with this full moon. This is our strawberry moon. It is a full moon in Sagittarius. And like I said before, it happens at 11:43 p.m. Eastern time. So this moon is all about truth and communication. It is all about moving beyond our monkey mind reality to see our higher truths and our greater expansiveness of existence, and understanding that our existence is created through our stories and our experiences, and that often limits our perception of what's really going on. So this moon gives us the opportunity to move past those limiting beliefs, move past those stories, and step into our truths that are bigger, our higher truths, our truer truths, or however you want to perceive that, and give us the opportunity to evolve and move beyond. Because of that, the focus is some of the things that come up with this as I think about it are trusting the process, focusing on the journey more than the destination, right? When we get so focused on those goals and the things that we can achieve and the measurements, then we forget to notice what happens along the way. I always tell a lot of my mentorship clients and my private clients to celebrate the little things, like celebrate the big things, but don't forget to celebrate the little things. Enjoy every moment of the way. And that's what this moon is all about. With that truth comes an aspect of communication as well. A lot of throat chakra going on, speaking our truth, being seen and heard in our authentic version of ourself, having the ability to communicate our truth effectively and efficiently. All of that is going on in this full moon. All of that is being brought up. And as we remember, new moons are where we often set intentions and prepare and bring in and invite in newness. Full moons are where we release and let go. And so with this energy of truth and communication and higher evolution and higher truths, truest self, that gives us the opportunity to release those old stories, to release those old versions that we may be hanging on to that no longer serve us, and to celebrate what they have been and celebrate what those older versions of ourselves have offered to us and given to us. Acknowledge the part of us that is that and what we have learned and received from that experience, but knowing that it's time to move forward. So when we talk about that journey is the focus and not the destination, we also understand that some of those harder paths are where we get greater insight, right? And so not being, finding that perspective, I guess, in the sense that even in those struggles, that gives us strength and that gives us different perceptions. And when we think about times where we are super challenged, our senses are heightened and we are super focused, and we are given the opportunity to clearly define what we want and where we are and who we are going to be and where we're going. And so that's what this moon is kind of giving us. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and so with that, we know that it is transformational. It is fiery. With Ayurveda, fire is that Agni, and it is that transformation of the flame of the fire, devouring our existence and leaving us this fertile ground from which to grow. I love that image for this moon. Like understanding that sometimes things have to burn down for these new beautiful things to grow. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's really happening in this full moon. It is understanding that it is all a process, going back to that journey, not the destination, right? It is all a process, and we are asked to be present through every stage of the process and appreciate and recognize what each stage of the process is giving us. Every experience is a learning experience, right? And so these full moons, and in particular this full moon in Sagittarius, gives us that reminder that everything we experience is something that we learn from. So some things that I associate with this full moon in Sagittarius, some phrases. Communication is the key. You might find that you are just not holding your punches anymore. There are things that you just want to say and you just let it rip. There are maybe some difficult conversations that you're having, that some people may be saying things that you are surprised at. There might be a lot of communication going on. You might be feeling called to say something that you haven't said before. So a lot of that communication is going on, a lot of that truth, that really deep, strong truth, not just surface level anymore. It is capital T truth of the capital S self. Releasing limiting thoughts and stories and trusting the process overall. Trust the process. So that is what I have to say about this full moon in Sagittarius. I can't wait to practice with you all tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time in the Awakened Yoga Collective, or on my Facebook channel, on my YouTube channel, Chris Batzner. Both of those places will have the practice going live at 7 p.m. So roll out your mat, find a quiet space, maybe have a journal nearby, maybe light a candle, bring in that transformational fire. And I look forward to manifesting with you. Happy full moon, and I'll see you all very soon. Sat Nam.